Well, this is your WWF news of Tuesday afternoon, around about lunchtime, at Pontedera. Well, in Italian news, the Mario Ruggero case, the jeweller who killed and injured a third robber in Cornwall in 2021, to be precise, April, he's been condemned for manslaughter into 14 years, 9 months. Practically 7 years for these two scumbags. And even Elon Musk has, believe it or not, commented about this thing. And regarding the judges, he said the judge should be accountable for this. Obviously, the laws regarding self-defence and to what limits is different in the country. It seems like in Europe they tend to defend the interests of criminals, consider the offender and the victim of the criminal on the same type of balance, scales of justice. And it's true what Elon Musk said. They should be accountable, because telling that judges that do a lot of cock-ups. They set free dangerous people, especially those foreign criminals, especially them. And they continue to commit crimes. There are cases when they get released, the day after, they're back again, committing crimes, because they know they'll be let off the hook. And if you start making accountable these people, the judges who let off criminals, knowing too well they have a criminal record behind their back, a history of it, it's only right they should pay themselves. Because, a decision to free a criminal, whoever he is or she, who's been committing serious offences and notoriously famous to repeat them, should be stopped. And I see this thing in other countries. Criminals get let off the hook with 1,000 excuses. They know it's against their culture, they don't understand the law. They know perfectly too well how the law in that country works, because they know too well in their country is pretty severe. So, yet again, there is a whole series of proposals after the Mario Ruggero case. Pretty interesting thing, which they call in Italian amendment, or a proposal to insert in the law those are being accused or commit criminal offences have no right to seek compensation. This is why I find that pretty good, because honest people who are absolutely ruined by villains of so-called profession or whatever know too well they're going to make themselves filthy rich at the expense of hard, honestly, workers or self-employed people like Mario Ruggero. So, the so-called civil compensation should be excluded. Those members of the family who is injured or who died while committing criminal offences, right, they do have no right to receive compensation because they're criminals. And you just don't incite people, if the system remains the same, start taking away the rights which, it shouldn't exist in the first place for them. Your right to have a fair trial and be judged as well. But not by a compromised system which tends to be politically contaminated by left. Because those type of people, judges, just let criminals off the hooks. And that's right what Elon Musk said. That judge and judges who let criminals off the hook should be accountable. But mind you, some years ago there was a proposal, was a referendum. Should they be accountable for their misconduct in office? I think it was only in a civil way, not in a criminal way. And strangely, that referendum, I don't think really reached the quorum or has been applicated, because as usual in Italy, when it comes to referendums and the results, they never were respected. And the most stupidest ones what can exist as well. But probably in another video. Seeing the government of Meloni has the majority, I think, in Parliament and Senate. Compensation who commit felonies, they should have no right anymore, and it's quite right. Because it's not exactly your way of living is a honest and recognised profession. You're committing crimes. And if you get shot by someone attempting a robbery in an establishment or even a private property on a house, those are the risks of that type of so-called profession, criminal life. So in that case, crime doesn't pay. Until now, as always, the victim had to pay compensation for the injuries or the deaths towards the family of these criminals, which I find it unjust.